Everyone wants their house to look luxury. But do you want to live in luxury or just look luxury? Because there's a difference. Welcome back to Built by Becker. Over 15 years of designing luxury custom homes, I've learned that the details that cost the most aren't always the ones that matter the most. These are the built-ins that clients tell me years later were the best money they ever spent. We're going deep on 5 custom built-ins that actually transform daily living. Not the trendy stuff that'll look dated in 3 years, the timeless features that make mornings easier, evenings more enjoyable, and your whole home feel like it was designed specifically for how you actually live. Because it should be. If you're planning a custom build or a serious renovation, this is the stuff that separates a nice house from an exceptional home. And hey, if you want more of this, drop some comments. We got a lot more coming, but we like to tailor our videos to you. Built-in number 1. Let's start with the mudroom. I know what you're thinking. Blake, a mudroom? Yeah. The first thing you're talking about in a luxury home video is mudroom? Yes, it is. Because here's the thing. This is the first and last space you interact with every single day. It sets the tone for whether your life feels organized or like a tornado just hit. And honestly, the difference between where are my keys and walking out the door like a functional human being comes down to whether you got proper mudroom system. So what makes mudroom system luxury? We're not talking about some hooks from Home Depot. We're talking about fully custom cabinetry that looks like it belongs in your house, not a locker room. Think individual cubbies for each family member, not shared space where everyone's stuff ends up in a pile. Actual designated zones. You got the hooks for coats and bags, a bench for putting on shoes without doing that weird one-leg flamingo dance, and storage underneath for all the shoes that multiply like rabbits. Above the cubbies, full height cabinets. That's where you're hiding all the seasonal stuff. Winter coats in the summer, beach bags in the winter, whatever you don't need right now. But also don't want cluttering up your actual closets. Dedicated drawers for mail and keys so they're not ending up on your kitchen counter like some sort of paper avalanche. Another for sunglasses, dog leashes, that random stuff that always ends up everywhere. Charging stations built into the cabinet back so phones aren't sprawled across surfaces with cables everywhere like electronic spaghetti. Now, materials matter here. This space takes a beating. Kids, dogs, wet umbrellas, muddy boots. It's basically a combat zone. So you want durable surfaces. Tile or luxury vinyl flooring that you can actually clean without crying. Painted cabinetry that can handle a wipe down. None of that delicate stuff that'll look trashed in 6 months. And listen, I know, mudroom doesn't sound sexy. It's not the space you're showing off to your guest. But trust me on this, coming home to a space where everything has a place, that's luxury. Built-in number 2, coffee and wine bar. All right, let's talk about something a little more fun. If you're a grab an instant coffee and run out the door kind of person, you're probably gonna skip this one. But if your morning coffee is sacred, if you actually enjoy making it and not just surviving on it, this built-in is about to change your life. The same thing with wine. If you're someone who enjoys a glass of wine in the evening and you don't want to keep your bottles next to the ketchup in the fridge like some sort of barbarian, this is for you. Here's what you're building. Dedicated station, usually between the kitchen and the dining area, or in a butler pantry if you got one, with custom cabinetry designed specifically for this ritual. Lower cabinets with a wine fridge built in, and I'm not talking about one of those countertop ones that hold 6 bottles and sounds like a jet engine. I'm talking about a proper built-in wine fridge. Maybe dual zone if you're fancy and want to keep reds and whites at different temperatures. Above that, you got your counter space for actually making coffee or pouring wine without being a whole production. Some floating shelves above for glassware, wine glasses, coffee mugs. I know I don't usually recommend open shelves, but specifically in these spaces where you really don't have a lot of things, I think they work really well. It's both beautiful and functional, which is kind of the whole point of good design. Under cabinet lighting makes everything feel like a boutique hotel because there's something about good lighting that makes you feel like you're doing something special, not just caffeinating to survive a Monday. Of course, don't forget to put in some hidden storage in the cabinets for all the backup stuff like extra coffee, bar tools, napkins, whatever you don't want out on display but you need access to. Built-in number 3, custom TV wall with hidden storage. Now we're getting into some fun stuff. And I'm not talking about just mounting a TV on the wall and calling it a day. We're talking about integrated design that creates a focal point while solving the eternal question of where does all this stuff go? Because let's be honest, TVs come with a lot of baggage, media equipment, gaming systems, systems, remote controls that multiply like rabbits. Without a plan, it's a mess. With a plan, it's architecture. We actually just wrapped up a project where we did this exactly. The family room had this massive blank wall, and what we created was this beautiful built-in wall with custom cabinetry and these gorgeous sconces with decorative trim pieces. Here's where most people get stuck. Because a built-in isn't just put up some shelves and mount a TV, you gotta think about proportions. Is the TV gonna look too small or too big in this millwork? How does it tie into the rest of the space? What materials are you using? Where does all the equipment actually go? How is the lighting going to work? And if you get any of this wrong, you're looking at an expensive shelf with a TV on it instead of a custom feature that transforms your room. This is actually why we created the expert consultation package. Look, I get it. You see something you like, you love it, and then you're like, okay, cool, now what? Because Pinterest is great for inspiration, but it doesn't help you figure out what's actually gonna work in your specific space or your specific layout and specific goals. So here's what the expert consultation gets you. A full 90-minute private Zoom call with myself and the design team where we're gonna break down your space specifically. We'll talk you through what you're trying to achieve and what your challenges are, what your budget looks like, and then we're gonna go create 3D rendering so you can actually see what the space will look like before anyone picks up a hammer. You'll get cabinet specs, material selections, the whole package. And when we're done, you can hand this to any contractor and they'll know exactly what to build. Even if you're managing this yourself, you'll have everything you need. Take a look and click the link in my description. So, built-in TV walls, when they're done correctly, they're architecture. When they're done wrong, they're an expensive shelf with a TV on it. Big difference? Done right? This is the built-in that makes people walk into your living room and immediately know someone thought about this space. Walk-in pantry. Here's the thing about luxury kitchens. They're beautiful, right? Clean counters, gorgeous finishes, everything looks perfect. But where's all your stuff? The cereal boxes, the snack bags, the 17 different kinds of pasta you bought. That's what a proper walk-in pantry is for. It's your back of the house space. Like a high-end restaurant. The kitchens look perfect because all the chaos is happening somewhere else. So what makes a pantry system next level instead of just shelves in a closet? Full custom shelving with adjustable heights. Not wire racks that sag under the weight of canned goods or look like they belong in a college apartment. We're talking actual wood or painted shelving that looks finished. Pull-out drawers for the heavy stuff, flour, sugar, bulk items, because reaching into the back of a deep shelf to grab something is annoying and you're inevitably going to knock over 3 or 5 things in the process. Here's what I tell clients. A walk-in pantry is one of those things you don't realize how much you need it till you have it. Because suddenly your kitchen stays clean, the counters stay clear, you're not playing Tetris with the pantry cabinet trying to fit everything in. Design-wise, don't skimp on size. A cramped pantry is just a closet with shelves, and you're gonna hate it. Give it space. Make it walkable. You should be able to step in, turn around, and easily reach what you need. It's not flashy, but it's one of those built-ins that makes your daily life exponentially easier. And that's the whole point. Number 5, the primary suite closet. This is where you really start and end every single day. And here's my theory. How your closet feels dedicates how your day starts. Chaos in the closet equals chaos getting dressed, which means you're already stressed before you leave the room, not let alone the house. Not great, but a well-designed closet system, you wake up, you know where everything is, you get dressed without drama, you walk out feeling put together, and that makes a difference. So what makes a primary closet system luxury? It's not about the size. I've seen massive walk-in closets that are a total disaster and small reach-ins that are beautifully organized. It's about the details. First, custom cabinetry, not wire shelving. I don't care if the wire shelving is practical. This is your primary suite, not a college dorm. You want painted or stained wood shelves that are like furniture, not something you bought at a hardware store. And just like the pantry, this should have pull-out drawers with dividers for accessories, watches, jewelry, belts, scarves, whatever you have. Each thing gets its own spot. Dedicated space for handbags and shoes, shelving designed specifically for this. And of course, for all my ladies out there, full-length mirror, not leaning against a wall like you're 23, actually mounted. This is your runway. You should have this space. An island in the middle is amazing. Drawers for folded items, a surface for laying out your outfit or packing a trip. It makes a closet feel like a dressing room instead of just storage. This is the built-in that you'll use twice a day every day for as long as you live in the house. That's a lot of interactions. Make them good ones. And since we're talking about that, if you're building or renovating a space and you want help thinking through what makes sense for your specific space, your layout, your goals, your budget, check out that link in that description. Our website with our design packages have a little bit of something for everyone. We'll help you with every stage of the process. And tell me which one of these built-ins you would add first. I want to see you in the comments. And once again, thank you for watching Built by Becker.